Hello, my 109 Bible class friends. I'm so glad that you have joined me today. The last time I was on here with you, we were talking about how we would hope we would get to go out and play in the snow and build a snowman and do all those fun things. And have you gotten to do that? I sure hope so. I hope everybody's had plenty of time to do that. We've had a lot of fun days in the snow, but that snow caused us a bit of a problem. Can't get together for Sunday school this morning since the parking lot is real icy there at the school where we meet. And so we're going to have our Sunday school time on here again. But that's all right. We can still have a good time and we can still learn a lot of things from God's Word. So this morning, I have a little kind of a quiz I want to give you. I ask you some questions first before we get started. I'm going to say a line or a quote, you might call it, that a character from a movie said. And I want to see if you can guess who it is. Okay, ready? Here's our first one. To infinity and beyond. Who said that? Yep, you guessed it. That's Buzz Lightyear. You guys recognize him from Toy Story, don't you? You know that one. Okay, what about this one? Some people are worth melting for. Who said that? Yep, Olaf was the one that said that from Frozen, right? He said that to Anna about that she was worth melting for, didn't he? Okay, I have another one for you. Ready for this one? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Who said that? Dory from Finding Nemo said that. That's right. She was the one. Okay, here we go. What about this one? Me want cookie. Do you know who says that? Cookie Monster from Sesame Street says that, doesn't he? That's right. Okay, this last one might be a little bit harder, but I'll see if anybody knows what this one is. Okay, are you ready? In every job that must be done, there's an element of fun. Who said that? Do you know? Mary Poppins. That's right. Mary Poppins was the one who said that. That's right. Well, was it easy to guess those or was it kind of hard? Probably were pretty easy. Most of them wasn't. And you're pretty certain you knew who said that, didn't you? But you know what? You only knew it because you watched the movie a lot of times. You were familiar with it. You knew that character and you knew what they said. If you had never seen Finding Nemo, would you know that Dory said just keep swimming? No, you wouldn't. If you had not watched Frozen like 100 times, would you know that Olaf said, some people are worth melting for? No, you wouldn't. You only know it and you can guess it so well because you've watched it so much and you know that character so well. And the better you know that character, the more you know what their voice sounds like and you know what they said. Okay, well, I have one more for you to guess. And I want to see if you can guess who said this. Okay, love each other as I have loved you. Who said that? Jesus said that. That's exactly right. Jesus said that. And Jesus, you know what? He's not a cartoon character like all those others. He's not a character from a movie at all. Jesus is real. And Jesus is the good shepherd. That's what he called himself. He said, I am the good shepherd who takes care of the sheep. And he said that his sheep would know his voice and follow him. Let's look at that. This is the verse from the Bible, from the book of John. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's right there, the book of John. And in the book of John, chapter 10, Jesus is talking to us, and he said, the sheep hear his voice, and he calls his sheep by name and leads them out. Well, how do we hear Jesus's voice? I mean, he's not here with us anymore. He's not here on earth walking around with us. So how do we hear his voice? What do you think? From the Bible. That's exactly right. We hear his voice in the Bible. Jesus talks to us in the Bible and we hear his voice. That's right. So we know him. We know him and we know his voice from the Bible. Okay. Well, now Jesus said he's the good shepherd. Well, if he's a shepherd, what's a shepherd do? Takes care of sheep, right? Well, who are his sheep? We are, aren't we? We're his sheep. The people are Jesus's sheep. That's right. And you know, here's something about sheep. Sheep aren't exactly the smartest animals. There's a lot of animals a lot smarter than a sheep. And you know what? Sheep kind of mess up sometimes. They don't really know where they're going sometimes. They have to have a shepherd. Well, guess what? That's just like us. Sometimes we're not the smartest. Sometimes we make some bad choices. Sometimes we choose like not to obey our mom. Or sometimes we choose to be really selfish with our stuff and not share. Or sometimes we say really mean things to people and hurt them, don't we? Yeah, we're like those sheep, not the smartest sometimes. That's right. But the good thing is, Jesus will forgive us for those things that we do. Jesus knows we're just a messed up sheep sometimes, but he knows that we are really wonderful inside because he makes us that way, and he will forgive us. That's right. So he is our good shepherd. He takes care of us and he loves us no matter what, even when we mess up. That's right. Okay. Well, look at this other verse because we want to know what Jesus says there. Remember, we said we're going to know his voice. So let's see what else he says to us in John chapter 10. In that same place there in the Bible, he said, the thief comes to steal and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. A thief comes to steal? Have you ever thought about a thief stealing a sheep? Well, look right there. That's a wolf. A wolf trying to get a sheep. He's kind of tried to make himself look like a sheep so they wouldn't see he was there. But he's there to try to steal a sheep. Well, you know what? That happens to us sometimes too. That's Satan. Satan tries to steal us away from Jesus. Yeah, he doesn't want us to follow Jesus. He doesn't, and he tries to steal us away. And you know, if Jesus, our shepherd, had just said, oh, I'll just let this person over here watch the sheep. Well, that person wouldn't care if Satan was trying to take us away. He wouldn't care at all. But because Jesus is our shepherd and he loves us, he does care. And he doesn't want Satan to take any of us away from him. So we have to listen to him. We have to listen to him and we have to follow his voice so that we don't get mixed up and listen to like that wolf, to listen to someone else that's trying to get us to go away from Jesus, our good shepherd. Well, listen to this verse. We're still there in John chapter 10. It says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. Lays down his life for the sheep. Let's think about what that means. What's Jesus saying to us there? Well, think about if that wolf or here a lion is coming after the sheep. What is the shepherd going to do? Fight it off, right? Because it doesn't want that lion to get its sheep or that wolf to get its sheep. And so it's going to go fight it to get it away. And, you know, that lion might kill that shepherd. You know, it might happen. But he would be laying down his life. He would be giving his life to protect those sheep. Well, you know what? Remember Jesus said he was the good shepherd? And Jesus did that for us. He gave his life. He gave his life on the cross, didn't he? He gave his life and he died on the cross to take away all those sinful things that we said we do sometimes, all those bad things we do. Jesus wants to take all those away from us. And he died on the cross to do that so that then someday we could be with him in heaven. Okay, we're still in John chapter 10. Let's look at another verse. It says, I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. Well, think about those sheep. They need to get to a good pasture, don't they? They need a good grassy place where they have good food to eat, don't they? And they have to go through the gate. And Jesus said, he's the gate. He's the way for us to get to good pasture. Remember, we're the sheep and we want to be in a good pasture. So we've got to go through Jesus to get there. And we go through Jesus and we will have a much better life. And then one day we can be in heaven with him. But we have to do what? We have to follow his voice. We have to listen to him. And how do we listen to him? Yep. from his word, the Bible. That's how we listen to him. We listen to Jesus and we follow him. And then he is our good shepherd and he will protect us and take care of us. And then one day we'll be able to be in heaven with him. And won't that be amazing? Well, since that's such a good lesson for us and a good important thing for us to remember, I thought maybe you might have fun making a sheep today. Maybe this afternoon you'll have a little bit of time and you can do that. And I'll show you a couple of different things that you can do. Here's one way that you can make a sheep. This is just if you have some white paint, you can take your finger and make a whole lot of dots. And then look, you just cut out some legs and a head and glue it on and you have a cute little sheep. Here's another way you can make a sheep. Cotton balls. Get your cotton balls and put a bunch of cotton balls on and then glue on a little face and some little feet and you've got a sheep. Another thing you can do is use a paper plate and you can put the cotton balls on it or maybe not even put any cotton balls on it. But no matter how you make your sheep, I want to show you one little trick, a fun way that you can make your sheep really cute. This is the sheep that I'm going to make and I decided to use just a paper plate. And so I've got my paper plate and I have glued on just some little legs there and I made my head just a circle and I glued my eyes on and I glued my ears on, but I want to show you a fun way. Instead of just gluing his head on, I want to show you a fun way to put his head on. So you'll need a little piece of paper, a long skinny rectangle. And you're going to take that little rectangle and you're going to fold it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we're going to fold it until we get this little tiny piece like this. And after I've got it all folded up, when I let go of it, look what happens. Look how it pops open. And so now I'm going to put some glue on the end of it. Put my glue right there. And I'm going to stick that to the back of my sheep's head so it's sticking off. And then I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to put some glue on that end and put that on my sheep. Let's see, his legs are going down, so I'll put it right about there. And then his little head can kind of pop out. You see how it pops out from him? Now, if I let go, it might fall off because my glue isn't dry yet. But it'll give him a little fun bobbly head on your sheep. A little bobbly head there and make it a little more fun. So I hope that maybe you can take some time this afternoon and make you a little sheep craft. And that little sheep then, when you hang it on your refrigerator or your bulletin board or in your room somewhere, can remind you that you are a sheep. We're the sheep and Jesus is our shepherd. He's the good shepherd. That's right. And we need to follow his voice. We need to know his voice and follow it. And how are we going to know his voice? By doing what? By reading what he tells us in the Bible and studying it and learning that and keeping that in our heads. That's right. Okay, I hope you have a good rest of the day and a good week. Hopefully you'll get to go back to school this week and get to see all your friends and have a lot of fun there. And then the next Sunday, we will be able to get back together for Bible class. Let's hope. All right, have a great week. Love you guys. Bye.